Dear student, I am starting your lecture number 11 on operational amplifier. In a lecture number 10, we have seen the certain parameter of the op-amps: input bias current, input offset current drift, output offset voltage. We have seen CMRR and slew rate. Also, we have discussed universal balancing technique for the op-amp. If both the input are at same level and output is not zero, then how to balance the op-amp? That already we have discussed for inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier. We have seen the certain numerical of the slew rate, and also we have discussed the importance of the slew rate. Slew rate put the limit on the frequency and amplitude of the input signal up to which you can operate your op-amp. Today we will see certain circuit that you can prepare from the inverting amplifier. This circuit are inverter, second paraphase amplifier, third scale changer, fourth you can say phase shifter. So let us see one by one about all the circuit. Now this is your inverting amplifier. I am discussing first inverting amplifier. Already you know that. The circuit diagram of the inverting amplifier with a feedback impedance ZS and input impedance Z is shown in figure. The circuit diagram of inverting amplifier with feedback impedance ZS and input impedance Z is shown in figure. Here non-inverting terminal is grounded, or it is a circuit diagram with grounded non-inverting terminal and feedback impedance ZS and Z is shown in figure. Due to infinite input impedance, the input terminal of the op-amp does not draw any current. This does not draw any current. Input terminal of the op-amp does not draw any current. Second, due to infinite open loop gain of the op-amp, the summing point, this is called summing point A. The summing point A behaves as a virtual ground. It behaves as a virtual ground, you can see. Reason is that AOL is equal to VO upon differential input voltage. Differential is equal to VO upon your AOL. As AOL tends to infinite, VD tends to 0. Means this differential voltage tends to 0. This is already 0 potential. So this potential and this potential will be same. Then and then VD will be 0. When you can say VD will be 0? VD is 0 means this potential and this potential is same. What the potential here I have written? Ground potential. It means potential at A should be also a ground potential. When A is at ground potential, then I can say VD is 0. So that I have shown. So this indicates that your potential at VA is what? 0, or you can say A point. It is called summing point. Summing point A behaves as a virtual ground. It behaves as a virtual ground. and the equivalent circuit of this can be shown by this diagram. This is called equivalent circuit, and virtual ground is represented by double-headed arrow as shown in figure. This is input signal, this is your output signal, output voltage you are measuring, this is your ground, this point is A. See, listen again. Due to infinite input impedance, this input terminal does not draw the current. As a result, current passing through the Z and Zs will be equal. This current will pass in this direction. Reason is that this has a very infinite, this has an infinite region. This does not draw any current. If this does not draw any current, current coming from the current passing to the Z is equal to current passing to the Zs. Due to infinite open loop voltage gain, this voltage drop between these two tends to 0, means this potential and this potential is same. So this is called ground potential, it is called virtual ground, and in its equivalent circuit, this virtual ground is shown by double-headed arrow. And current here and here is same. This current and this current is same. I is equal to Y dash, Vs by Z is equal to Vo by Z dash. So I can write Vo upon Vs is equal to Z dash by Z. So you can also write this is your gain is equal to minus Z dash by Z. Negative sign indicate it is a inverting amplifier, or you can say output is a negative sign indicate that there is a 180 degree phase between input and output. So this is the equation of the gain of this circuit. Equation of the gain of the circuit. Now, I told you from this you can prepare different circuit like this. See, from this you can prepare inverter, paraphase amplifier. From this circuit, inverter, paraphase amplifier, scale changer and phase shifter. So look here. I am discussing first circuit, inverter. In this basic inverting amplifier circuit, if you take Zs is equal to Z, if you take Zs is equal to Z, if I take Zs is equal to Z, then gain is minus 1. In a inverter circuit, listen, in a I am writing inverter. If I take Zs equal to Z in a basic inverting amplifier circuit, then my circuit diagram is as shown in figure. This Z is equal to Z you again. Here is your input signal. Here Z is equal to Z. So your output is gain multiplied by input. Gain is, what is the gain? Gain is nothing but the minus Z dash by Z. So it is your minus 1. So minus 1 into input. So it means if this is your input signal, then output signal will be having a same magnitude, but phase shift is 180 degree. In an inverter circuit, magnitude of the input and output is same, and the magnitude of the input and output is same, and the phase difference between input and output is 180 degree. So this is your inverter. So if you want to prepare inverter, then take feedback impedance ZS is equal to input impedance Z. You will get the circuit known as inverter having a 180 degree phase shift between input and output with the same magnitude. Second circuit you can prepare para-phase amplifier. Para-phase amplifier. See, this is your para-phase amplifier. If I connect two inverter in a cascade manner like this, I am connecting this if I connect two inverter in a cascade circuit, then look here, this is your input signal, this is output signal, let me say V1 of a first inverter. This is inverter number 1, this is inverter number 2. The output of this inverter is invert of this with the same amplitude of this input signal Vs, amplitude of V1, amplitude of VO is same. There is a 180 degree phase shift between V1 and Vs. There is a 180 degree between VO and V1. So you can obtain the two signals having a 180 degree phase shift. There is a 180 degree phase shift between V1, output of the first inverter, and output of the second inverter. Listen, there is a 180 degree phase shift between the output of first inverter and output of the second inverter. Such cascade arrangement of the two inverter is known as a para-phase amplifier. When you connect the two inverter circuit in a cascade, then such arrangement is called the para-phase amplifier, in which you will get the two signals having a same amplitude but 180 degree phase shift with each other. Third, we want to discuss the third circuit, scale changer. The gain of the ideal inverting amplifier is given by minus Zs by Z. If Zs is equal to Kz, we have taken how much? Kz. Then your gain is nothing but the minus K. Means this is your Z, this is your ground, this is your Vs input signal, and this feedback I have taken Z is equal to Kz. Then my output is nothing but the minus K into input. So what is your output? Minus K into input of the amplifier. Means output scale is multiplied by K times. This means output is multiplied by K times. Whatever scale is here, that scale is multiplied by K times. So this is called scale changer. You can get double, triple, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. If this is your 1K, you keep the 2K. Your output is multiplied by 2 times. As you give the 1 volt, twice of the 1, 3 volt, twice of the 3, 4 volt, twice of the 4. Means output scale is multiplied by K times. So this is your scale changer. In a scale changer, feedback component is nothing but the k times the z. So you can get gain is minus k and scale is output scale is multiplied by k times. If you do not understand what is scale is multiplied by k times means, suppose I have taken k is 2. Suppose I have taken k is 2. Then if you keep the input is 1, output is nothing but the 2 into Vs, means 2 into 1. Vs is 2, output is what? 2 into Vs, it is your 2 into 2. Vs is 3, the output is nothing but 2 into what? You can say 3, so this is your k times. Scale is multiplied by k times. Now next circuit I am discussing phase shifter. Phase shifter. In a phase shifter, if I take Zs is equal to either L or C, Zs or Z, or I can say, or Z I can take L or C, then you can vary the phase difference between input and output signals from 0 to 360 degree. If Zs or Z is taken as a reactive component, that is either inductor or capacitor, then you can obtain the phase shift between input and output from 0 to 360 degree by changing the value of L or by changing the value of C. You can get the different phase difference between the input and output waveform. So with using a variable capacitor and variable inductor in a place of either Z and Zs, you can obtain the different phase shift between input and output. This is the 4 different circuit you can prepare from ideal inverting amplifier. In a summing amplifier, output is the sum of the input voltages. It is very used to solve the linear equation in an analog computer circuit. The circuit diagram of summing amplifier is shown in figure. This is your This is a circuit diagram of summing amplifier. Here output is the sum of the input voltages V1 plus V2 plus V3 if R0 is equal to R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3. The circuit diagram of the summing amplifier is shown in figure. Due to infinite input impedance of the op-amp, this does not draw any current. The input terminal of the op-amp does not draw any current due to infinite input impedance of the op-amp. The voltage drop between the two input terminals of the op-amp tends to 0. As a result, I can say that this point A behaves as a virtual ground. Already you know that. The potential difference between these two is tends to 0. So this potential and this potential is same. So point A behaves as a virtual ground. So due to infinite input impedance of the op-amp, the input terminal of the op-amp does not draw any current. Due to infinite open loop gain of the op-amp, voltage drop between the two input terminals tends to 0. As a result, the current passing through the resistor RO is the sum of the input current I1 plus I2 plus I3. Due to this reason, I can say the current passing through the feedback resistance IO is the sum of the input current, that is IO is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So we can write this, your I1 is V1 by R1, I2 is V2 by R2, I3 is V3 by R3, and this point behaves as a virtual ground. So I can write IO is nothing but the VO by RO. Listen, this point behaves as a virtual ground, so I can write VO is equal to IO, or I can write IO is equal to VO by RO. So I can write this is VO by RO. So I can write output voltage is given by RO by R1, V1 plus RO by R2, RO by R2 V2 plus RO by R3 V3. Due to inverting amplifier, I am showing you here negative sign. So VO is equal to minus into bracket RO by R1 into V1, RO by R2 into V2 plus RO by R3 into V3. This is a negative sign. Remember this equation. For your solving the linear equation. This equation is important to solve because I'll use this equation to solve the linear equation and design the circuit. If RO is equal to R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3, then I can write VO is equal to minus V1 plus V2 plus V3. Means output is the sum of the input signal. You can also say if R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R, then above equation can be written as minus RO by R into V1 plus V2 by V1 plus V2 plus V3. So output is the sum of the input voltage that you can obtain in a summing amplifier. So in a summing amplifier, output is the sum of the input voltages. I think you understand. Last time just I repeated an important sentence. In a summing amplifier, output is a sum of the input voltages. Summing amplifier is used to solve the linear equation in a analog computer circuit. The circuit diagram of the summing amplifier is shown in this figure. Due to infinite input impedance, this does not draw any current. Input terminal of the op-amp does not draw any current. Due to infinite open loop gain, voltage drop between the two input terminal tends to 0. So point A behaves as a virtual ground. So I can write VO is equal to IO, or I can write IO is equal to VO by RO. Due to these two reasons, the current passing through the feedback resistance RO is the sum of the current passing through the individual resistor, that is IO is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. I1 is V1 by R1, V2 by R2, V3 by R3. IO is VU by RO. So you can get this equation. I am keeping here minus sign due to inverting circuit. Remember this equation. If RO is equal to R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3, you can write this equation. If R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R, then you can write this equation. I think you understand this. Let us solve the one important numerical. Listen the numerical. Take this equation, 3x plus 6y minus 10 is 0. So you can write your 3x is equal to minus 6y plus 10, or you can write x is equal to minus 2y plus 10 by 3. or I can write minus, I have taken common, 2y minus 10 by 3. I can write this minus 2y plus 10 by 3 into minus 1. See what I did? I have taken this equation, subject to equation x. This is very simple. Intensely I have taken minus n is out and I have written in this way. Reason is this: we know this equation Vo is equal to minus Ro by R1 into V1 plus Ro by R2 into V2. This is a standard equation I told you. You please remember. Say this equation I told you. You remember this. So I have written this equation. Now compare this. Compare. I am comparing. Compare this two equations. This two equations. About two equations. So you will get V1 is equal to y. First immediately. V2 is equal to minus 1. Ro is equal to, you can say 10k. R1 is equal to 5k. R2 is equal to 3k. See, look here. If you take Ro is equal to 10k, R1 is 5k, R2 is equal to 3k, then you will get this equation. This. See, 10 by 5, what will get 2? 10 by 3, same. V2 is minus 1. So, by you have to select yourself value of Ro, R1 and R2. So now I am preparing a circuit for this. See, I am preparing this circuit. This is a two circuit. This is your two resistors. This is your Ro I have written here. This is your Vo I can write minus 2y plus 10 by 3, that is nothing but the x. This is your x, means Vo. Now this is connected like this. What is the Ro? Ro is 10 kilo ohm you have taken. What is R1 you have taken? It is 5 kilo ohm. What is R2 you have taken? It is 3 kilo ohm. What is the V1? V1 is nothing but the Y you can write. This is your Y volt. So what is here? Here I have to give V2 is equal to minus 1 volt. Sir, how can you give? Here I will use a potentiometric circuit. This is a ground. Here I will give the minus 5 volt, and by using a potentiometer circuit, this voltage I am giving minus 1 volt. That is your V2. Say I am using a potentiometer circuit here to get minus 1 volt. So this is, I have connected minus 5 volt. This is a ground. By adjusting this potentiometer, I can get minus 1. Here what I have written? Y. So I can get here x. What is your x? I will get minus 2y plus 10 by 3. Now, let us see the second equation. What is the second equation? Look here. 2x minus y minus 8 is 0. Second equation is 2x minus y minus 8 is 0. So what? Listen again. From the first equation, I get the value of x. From first equation, I get the value of x. By comparing these two, I find V1, V2, Ro, R1, R2 to get this So that I have designed this circuit summing amplifier. This gives the value of x. Now let us do the same thing for y. So I am doing for the y. 2x minus y minus 8 is 0. So I am writing here second circuit for y. This is for x. For y, 2x minus y minus 8 is 0. 2x minus y minus 8 is 0. So y is equal to, I can write 2x minus 8, or I write y is equal to, I can write y is equal to, this is your minus is taken common, 8 minus 2x, or I can write minus 8 plus 2 into minus x. This is your y. Compare this with the standard equation R0 by R1 into V1 plus R0 by R2 into V2. Look here, you take the value of R0 R1 such that you will get 8, R0 by R2 such that you will get 2. So I am writing like this, R0 is equal to 8 kilo ohm, R1 is equal to 1 kilo ohm, R2 is equal to 4 kilo ohm. So see, R0 by R1 8, R0 by R2 2. Now V1 is 1 volt, by V1 is 1, V2 is minus x volt. Look again, this is the second equation. 2x minus y minus 8 is 0. This is the second equation. 2x minus y minus 8 is 0. So y is equal to 2x minus 8. Minus I have taken common. I have taken y is on this side. So 8 minus 2x. Then minus 8 plus 2. You know this is a simplification. Then compare with the standard equation. So by taking this value, I think you understand. Now I will draw the circuit for y. See, I am drawing this circuit. Vu is equal to 2x minus 8. You will get y is equal to 2x minus 8. Now look here. This is R0 is how much? 8 kilo ohm. This is R1. How much? 1 kilo ohm. This is R2. How much? 4 kilo ohm. What the input at? V1, 1 volt. So already you know that how to adjust the 1 volt. Use the potentiometer circuit. Now plus 5. Here ground. So this value V1 is equal to 1 volt you have to adjust with respect to ground. Here is your, you have to give, what is this you have to give? This is your minus x. What you have to give? Minus x. Look here, what I did? I use this equation, I get the y, compare this, bring in this y in a standard form, compare with the standard, select the value of R0, R1, R2, V1, V2 such that you will get this equation. So compare. So, and now you design the circuit. This is your design. You have done. Now, I will prepare the circuit for combination of these two, because I have to prepare circuit which can direct give the solution of x and y. So what I will do? Look here. Look here. Here y is required. So what I will do? I will take this and I will connect here. Here y is required. So what I will do? I will take the output of this circuit first, this circuit second. So I will do like this. Output of this I will connect to the input of the circuit first. So y I will connect here. Here I require minus x. So output of this I will connect to the inverter. Which circuit? Inverter. We have seen. Output of the A1 is connected to the input of inverter and output of the inverter is given here. Then your analog circuit will be covered or it is over. Look here. Here you require y, input is y. So I will give the output of the A2 is input to the A1. Here is require minus x. So output of the A1 is given to the inverter. Output of the inverter is given to this point. Your circuit will be ready. Look here, the same thing I am doing. Same thing I am doing what I told you. Listen last time. This output of A2 is connected to the input of A1. Output of A1 is connected to the inverter to get minus x and that minus x is given here. So look here. I am doing. See, this is your circuit diagram. This is your 1K. This is your 4K. And this is your 8 kilo ohm. This is your minus and plus sign. Here you require V2 is equal to minus X. Here you given this your voltage. See here. Plus Y voltage, and here you return plus 1 voltage. This V1 you are getting plus 1. From this to this you will get plus 1. And here you will get your Y. Okay. Now this is the second circuit I am showing you. This is a ground line. Here you will get X. See here 5K. This is your 3K and 10K, 5, 3 and 10. 5K. This is a 3 kilo ohm. This is a 10 kilo ohm. And this is your V2 you have kept minus 1 by adjusting this. Minus 5 volt. Here you have given the potentiometer circuit. So between this you will get minus 1 volt between ground and this. Here output you will get X. Here is Y. Look here again. This Y 5K, 3K, 10K. K, 3K, 10K, minus 1, Y is required. This is both you have obtained here. Here X is minus 2Y plus 10 by 3, minus 2Y plus 10 by 3, minus 2Y plus 10 by 3. And Y is nothing but the 2x minus 8. This is your 2x minus 8 is your Y. Now, these require minus x. Look at this require minus x. So what I did? I'll connect. I'll take the output from this, and I'll give to the inverter circuit. This is your inverter circuit, minus, this is a plus. Here I will take some resistors, say 10 kilo ohm, and this output I am writing here is also 10 kilo ohm. You know this ZS is 10 kilo ohm, Z is also 10 kilo ohm. So this is your input is X, you will get output is minus X. So what I did, I will take the output of this given to the inverter circuit, and output of the inverter circuit is what? Minus X I get. I think you understand this is a minus X, and here is required minus X. So what I'll do, I'll take this point and connect to this point. So minus X is given to this point, and here Y is required. So output of this, look here, this output of A1 is given to the inverter. So this output of A1 you will get minus X. This minus is given to the input of A2 here, and output of A2 is given to the input of A1. So your circuit is completed. Now if you connect your voltmeter between this point, you can read the solution. If you connect between this point, you can read the solution. Now you have to find the value of Vx and Vy yourself, and I'll put this as in a Moodle platform as a MCQ. Let us just make the quick revision of this numerical. You have to find the solution of this equation. Then you have to design a circuit which solve this linear equation. So first I find the value of X, then I compare with the standard equation. I bring in the standard equation with minus sign here and inside the one bracket. So by comparing these two equations, I can get the value of R0, R1, R2, R3 and V1 and V2. So according to that, I have designed the circuit. This is a circuit for this. Okay. So yes, you require Y if you want to know the X. Now for second equation, from the second equation I find the Y. I find the Y, yes. So this is a circuit diagram. Listen, this is for this is for Y, this is for Y, you can say Y. So this is for this. Okay. So for Y, I get the equation of Y from this equation, and by comparing with the standard, I will get this R0, R1, R2, V1, V2. Here if you give the minus X, you will get the Y. In previous case, if you give the 1, if you give the Y, you will get X. Here you give the what minus X, you will get Y. Here require plus 1 volt, so using the potentiometer circuit, you can give the plus 1 volt. In that, I require minus 1 volt, so minus 1 volt can be obtained with a negative supply and potentiometer, so I can get minus 1 volt. Now, after this, what I did, output of this is connected to the inverter, and output of the inverter is given here. Output of the A2 is given to the here, and you will get complete solution that I did in this circuit. See this. So in this way, what I did, the output of the A1 is given to the inverter, in output of the inverter is given to the A2, because here minus X is required, here Y is required, so I have connected output Y to the what? Input of A1. Now if you connect the meter between the output of A2 and ground, you will measure the Vy, means solution. If you connect the voltmeter between the output of A1, that is at X, and ground 1 voltmeter, you can find the value of Vx. I am asking you Vx and Vy in your the model platform Viva questions. Here is the end of the